Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, this hand's great until our opponent plays a turn 1 preordained. Them's what we're signing up for, right? Morning noodles. Hey, Mizkaz with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I really appreciate that. Descriptions, as always, best way you can support my content here. What you got? Not a duress, not a preordained. Not a duress, Delver, deal. Stands like D plus against turn 1 Delver. So I was gonna fetch a basic swamp, but now that I drew a 3rd land, am I okay just getting wastelanded here? Nah, I don't think I am. Yeah, I'm just gonna fetch a basic swamp. I have this Deathrite Shaman for a 2nd blue. Yeah, Crusader's really good. I wonder if Crusader Socket's probably great right now. I'm gonna push him off a cliff. I think if my opponent wants to daze this, that's fine. I've got another one. If I didn't have a 2nd fatal push, I'd probably lead on Deathrite Shaman here since I have the Unearth to bring it back if I needed it. But I think because I have this, like, something's gonna get dazed at some point this game. This deck I'm playing is really resource hungry, so I'd rather just, like, get the daze out of the way now and gain some tempo in the early game while they're down a land for dazing us. So when you're playing against decks like Delver, you generally want to try and assess, like, their soft counters this game. And is this a game where, like, I'm going to be able to and need to maneuver around them, or do I have enough resources that I can just potentially play into them, and then if they don't have those soft counters, am I able to pull ahead because they didn't have it? And I think this is one of those games where I have enough resources going on that I can just, like, play into this daze, and, like, if they don't have the daze here, we're going to be pretty far ahead. Just taking their turn 1 threat off the table. Force. Well, that's excellent for us. So it wasn't even a soft counter. They just had Force, Pitch, Brainstorm. Deal. Yes. I realized I'd cast him to Tourach on turn 1. It's great for us. Yeah, definitely, right? Like, especially, like, a lot of these Delver decks are built to be more aggro, less grind. I just feel like with the land, I really just, okay, opponent skipped their attack step. Alright, another Fatal Push. Well, that's excellent. So, I was gonna wait on this because I didn't want to run into a Spell Pierce with my last removal spell, but we drew another one, so survey says. And this, if they want to Spell Pierce this, they're gonna have to crack this fetch line, and then this isn't guaranteed to flip next turn. So what'd they do with Ponder? They chose not to shuffle, yeah. So if they want to Pierce or Flusterstorm this, they're not gonna flip the Delver next turn. Howdy, Bayou. It looks like we're getting Pierced. Yeah, this doesn't surprise me too much. Again, still really don't care if we run into a daze. Opponent's like running almost down to E, and we still have plenty of resources left, so. No, I definitely click through combat. It's easy to click through combat on Magic Online. A JMM, we're playing a variation of Joliset's 4-pile deck, which in turn is a variation of... Wow, they brainstormed during their upkeep to flip this Delver, and then, wait. How do you brainstorm to flip the Delver, miss, and then have a Ponder? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I don't understand, but okay. Opponent's taken some let's call them interesting lines. Hey, Lego Sare with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I appreciate you putting your Amazon fun money towards the channel this month. This is my Baleful Strix. My Baleful Strix is amazing. I'm just gonna pass the turn here, actually. I think if they have like Bolt plus Spell Pierce, I'm a little bit sad, but like at the same time, I could just like unearth this Baleful Strix to get next turn. Doesn't seem like too big of a deal. They have a true name of their own here, or maybe a little bit sad. Okay, this is why I held the Fatal Push, because the Baleful Strix checks the Delver, but the push could check something like a Pyromancer. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and push this now while they don't have Spell Pierce or Flusterstorm up. So, and then another kind of small sequencing mistake on my opponent's part here. They should have cracked that fetch line before casting this. Opponents missed a lot of value. Go ahead and do this. They don't have a force for this. Your name's probably lights out. And even if they have a force, right? Like, it's like unearth it and like move on with my day. Has a force, pitching days. You're gonna be real sad here, opponent. Let's just pop that big boy right back into play here. Choose you, Pikachu. This is my true name. My true name's annoying. Opponent has no cards in hand here, so there's no punish for not playing this before I unearth. Choose you, play my land, pass my turn. Yeah, I don't think getting in a 1-point chip shot is worth them flipping the Delver and cracking us for 3 here. May the memes be with you. Our memes are simply dreams this morning. We're playing good quality legacy cards. Yep. Alright, so what are we doing here? Minister of Pain is great. Kolaghan's Command is great. Not a big fan of Force. Spell Pierce is like, okay. Not stellar, but it's fine. Jace is a little bit medium. I'm not a big fan of him to Tourach in this style of matchup. Alright, maybe we're keeping some of the other cards. I have a Reb to bring in. Flusterstorm's fine. Someone jammed a bunch of good cards in my deck. I don't understand. What am I doing? Could leave a Jace or a Force in. Leaving the Jason's probably fine. Takes over games, right? I'm cutting the Hymn to Tourach. People like to leave discard in matchups like this. I'm really not a fan. Opponent's deck plays to the board a lot, so I want as many of my cards as possible to like be live off the top in the mid to late game to interact with my opponent's board. I think I'd rather have cards like Spell Pierce and Flusterstorm than Hymn to Tourach because they're a lot more resource efficient, and my opponent's deck is like way more resource efficient than we are in a lot of spots, so I want to be as resource efficient as possible whenever possible. Yep, this is basically just a collection of like all of the really best cards. Yeah, Minister of Pain's kind of sweet. This is what Joe plays instead of playing Casualty of War, because you can bring it back with Unearth, which is kind of great. So, exploit Give the creature maximum amount. This does come with the downside. You can also get it back with Kolaghan's command, which is great. This does come with the downside of that. If we play this and it's our only creature, our opponent can bolt it in response, then we don't get to exploit. But I think it's worth the upside that it comes with Unearth and Kolaghan's command here. Oh, Joe's a sharp individual. That seems like fine, right? I guess develop my mana okay. Got a Reb for an early Delver. True-Name's great in the matchup. Anything it would take for a bug to perform well in Modern? I think Modern would just have to be a different format. The fact that Sultai doesn't get to play things like Lightning Bolt in Modern is a big drawback because, like, Modern's such an aggressive format that in general the most successful control decks are ones that can pivot pretty quickly, and Sultai just like doesn't have the tools to be able to pivot into an aggressive role, which gives it really pretty terrible matchups against a lot of the more unfair things in the format. You also don't really have great tools in Sultai for interacting with Dredge. I guess you have playing Tendrils, but like that card's not nearly as good as Anger of the Gods. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and ponder here on one. We're looking for fatal pushes and more lands, so a lot of things we're looking for that we're happy with. We are not happy with any of these cards, so we're going to any order and shuffle these. Hey, look, a land, God bless. You could argue that maybe I should play my fetch land on one, but like the fact that I drew the Brainstorm probably makes that not a great idea. Okay, let's see if they can get under us this game. There could have been merit to fetch basic island there, but like we're going to get wastelanded at some point and they don't have a ton of pressure out yet, so maybe we're going to be okay here. Just be Gerard. Nah, Gerard played Team Ruins at the last NV. I'm just passing here. Sure. I don't think I'm gonna play around Stifle next turn. Mana base look like another C, right? C. I think I'm just gonna fetch C and ponder. I'm using the Bloodstained Mire as opposed to my Delta because my Delta gets both my basics down the line. I know I'm getting a UC anyways. Man, that is... Again, looking for fatal pushes and lands. That's not great for us. If they have another Wasteland here, we could be in a little bit of trouble. Yep. Might just get Legacied out of this game. Glad I shuffled these last couple aggressively. Look for lands. God bless us, everyone. Weird journey. So you don't just want to cast Brainstorm like you cast Ponder and stuff like that. I have cards I want to put back, but ideally Brainstorm is great because it lets me shuffle 2 cards away. So I want to wait till I have this second fetch land in play to cast this Brainstorm, most likely. Your name's a little awkward. On it goes. Alright, so I'm gonna crack this. I think I'm gonna get Volk here. That's this Brainstorm. Alright, so this Jace isn't doing anything for a while. And probably don't need a second True-Name for the time being. Yeah, so I'm gonna pass the turn here. I'm gonna stop on my opponent's turn. They're probably gonna activate this Deathrite Shaman. Yep. I'm gonna let them get back to their turn here. This lets them drain me with the Deathrite Shaman again, but they have a mana. All right. Well, now I'm gonna do this now because they keep their sequencing on their fetches has been really bad. This gets dazed, but it doesn't get spell pierced, so I'm just gonna go for it now while they have the least up. Sweet. Okay. I think this actually puts us in a pretty good spot again, right? Like I've developed my mana successfully. We've taken their currently only threat off the table. And there's a lot of little things that you can do in Legacy to gain these extra percentage points with proper sequencing, and my opponent's missed a lot of them. There's gonna be a bolt heading upstairs. It's not. Okay, so bolt heading upstairs would be kind of scary here. We're definitely in range of getting burned out. Another wasteland, sure. Yep. All right, so I'm gonna put this back. I'm gonna put this back. We might need the Minister of Pain if they play True-Name next turn, and they maybe that's the one that lets me cast Deathrite Shaman, so like not completely unreasonable. All right, I'm gonna fetch during my turn, and again, this is one of those really little things, the sequencing on your lands. Fetching on my upkeep, because there's no shock lands this format, doesn't really have a downside, and I have the upside of being able to Pyroblast or Red Elemental Blast a potential Stifle here by waiting till my turn. I know I don't want those cards on top of my deck. I'm gonna play with Badlands and just pass here. I might just snap Brainstorm just to like get some cards out of it. See what our opponent does here. If they give us something worth rebbing, I'll probably reb. My opponent just fetched to thin. God. I'm just gonna blast this. My mana. Unearth. It's pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna play this and pass the turn back, I think. I can snap Reb. I can also snap Brainstorm and shuffle end of turn. I'm sure the opponent's just a little bit inexperienced. But again, it's like, it's a good learning tool for people watching the stream to kind of just like, you know, when I point out my opponent's like losing percentage points, we're not doing that to dagger my opponent personally. We're just like, hopefully people watching can learn from some of the comments about this is why you should or shouldn't do the lines that my opponent is taking. I'm gonna go ahead and cast this Brainstorm, gets the Snapcaster Mage into play, and like if they like bolt or counter the Snapcaster Mage, I can Kolaghan's command it back later. So Snapcaster Mage cantrips, you get some pressure on the table. My opponent interacts with this, they might not be able to interact with my True-Name plus Pyroblast to force it through next turn. Something's showing up, right? That just showed up? Jeskai Charming, I have a minimum, it's like 25 bits on the amount you have to donate to pop up on the screen for the big notification, because I had people spamming stuff. Hey, Jeskai, oh yeah, you have to submit. There you go. After you resub, you have to click the send notification. Thank you, and welcome back. How could they have sequenced better, in my opinion? They should have, if they were planning to crack the... One, they probably just shouldn't have cracked the fetch during my end of turn if they weren't planning to use the mana. You shouldn't use your fetch lands as thinning when your deck has cards like Brainstorm and Ponder in it. And two, if they were going to use the mana at my end of turn, they should have cracked their fetch land before using the Deathrite Shaman, so there was never a point at which I had a chance to kill their Deathrite Shaman with them not having a mana up. Change is scary, you're not wrong. Alright, so I'm going to put these two lands back, and I'm going to crack this this Delta, and again, we're going to do this during my upkeep, because there's no downside to doing so, and I get the upside of having this Pyroblast available. I think I'm fetching a Bayou here. Get 2 green sources, so this Deathrite Shaman can give me some health. We want to... Okay, I'm gonna start by attacking with this. Do that first. The fact that they sent the bolt at me and not my thing is kind of scary. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this True Name. Stick this. This Dorko can gain us some health back. Which is nice. We don't die here. We could theoretically die here, right? Just like end step bolt, untap, bolt you. They have a Snapcaster Mage? They have a Snapcaster Mage. I kind of punted by not holding this up. I just like watching them drop. Thanks for the cheers, Red Life. Yep, we could die here. Like I said, we were in danger of being burned out here. Am I dead? Sometimes they draw all their lightning bolts. Price of progress. Holy crap. That, yep, we're dead. Okay. Sometimes you draw really good sideboard cards, and it doesn't matter how many mistakes you make. We'll bring some forces back in since they have Price of Progresses in their deck. And I'm gonna cut these Spell Pierces. Yep. Bring 3 forces back in. That's a thing some Grixis Delver decks have been doing out of the board, explicitly for matchups like this one. They've been playing. I'm just gonna bring all my forces in. Fuck it. Yeah, a lot of this matchup's bad enough for them that that's not even that bad. If you're playing a bad version of Grixis Delver, this matchup's bad. Yeah, this is fine. Not exciting, but fine. Hopefully this Brainstorm gets us there. This might be a fetch basic island hand. I take 10, you take 8 deal, right? I'm here to learn about games from the 90s, right? Well, welcome. This is my hand. My hand contains Force of Will because you Price to Progress me. Man, we're gonna lose this match, aren't we? Getting that feeling. My body is ready to get spell pierced and then dazed, or stifled and then dazed. Hey, Just Guy Charming with the holiday cheer. Thank you very much. Welcome. I'm gonna grab this underground to see if my body is ready to miss on this Brainstorm and then get wastelanded. You want to pick? You just pick this one. You want to watch Wings?
No.
You want to watch Masks?
No.
You want to watch Bears? Which one do you want? Pick. Dude, you were just watching Ghosts. Please find a land. Please find a land. Please find a land. Tin Man with the cheers. My cup runneth over. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Throw all of your pennies in my general direction. This is not what the forces are in my deck for, but this is what they're doing now. I hate everything. I hate everything about everything. This card is way worse than Guidance. Hey, we didn't get wastelanded. God bless. God bless us. Everyone didn't get wastelanded. Don't daze me again. Don't do it. I have a fucking heart. Unearth returns it to play permanently. Doesn't claim. And claim is 2 or less, right? Yeah, it's 2 or less. Unearth is 3 or less. And this is why the Delver deck's very good, right? Like, sometimes you just get people. Sometimes you just get people. It's so... I love the artwork on this thing, but, like, the frame is so fucking hideous. It just, like, removes all the good parts about the card for me. Well, we're not out of it yet, because they haven't wastelanded us yet. So we're going to get to upkeep Fatal Push this dork, at least. Do you want to show me something? Do you want to show me something nice, opponent? Show me something nice. Bits are one bit is 1 penny. So when you buy, yeah, there's the legacy I know and love. Give it to me, baby. Usually people take me out to dinner before they rail me this hard. Usually a nice dinner is purchased for me before I get railed this violently. Notice when you first started Hex, you compared it to MTG. More often seeing MTG to Hex, this pleases me. I find it interesting at the same time. Yeah, like... Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Don't stifle me, opponent. Don't stifle me, opponent. Alright, this is getting a basic island, because I'm tired of getting wastelanded. This is getting spell pierced. Oh god, it didn't get spell pierced and there's lands on top of my deck? What is this wizardry? I feel like I don't want this Deathrite Shaman. Enjoy my abs and elves lifts. Sven Shock. 7 chakras with the donation. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. And especially with Price of Progress in my opponent's deck too. Like, let's just get these basic lines out here and make that a worse draw for them. They have their true name. Of course they have their true name. Alright, so that means we need a... what's it called? We need a Minister of Pain ASAP. Must be Christmas is close. Didn't get savaged. Imagine how great Legacy would be if Strip Mine was legal, right? I couldn't even think about it. I'd be too busy throwing up all over the place. Nice wasteland. Come at me, bro. Come at me. Come in my general direction. $100% of the tip money. No, the donations go through PayPal. So with bits, the people donating the bits, they pay the fee up front to Twitch. It's like they don't pay a penny per bit, they pay a little bit more than that. With donations, basically the streamer eats the fee because that's through what's it called, PayPal. How would you feel about double moonwalkers? Maybe? I don't know. I mean, like, bad blood moon decks are like always playable, right? Alright, well, this is great. I probably don't want a second Deathrite Shaman, but we definitely want this Minister of Pain. Nope. This dork out. Might as well get in from a 1, right? Get him. Get him! Unfortunate. Yeah, I think we have an okay shot. We're getting to a point where my opponent can't price the progress because they'll kill themselves. You're building fun decks. I think Immortal is not very good right now in Hex. I think Immortal needs a bit more of a helping hand. I think there aren't enough people playing games of Immortal for them to really like shape the format into something reasonable just yet. And I think decks like Hideous Conversion are pretty miserable. I think like having cast the Immortal tournament last weekend, Immortal feels a lot like it feels a lot like what's the word I'm searching for? Like Modern does currently in Magic, and I'm not a big fan of Modern. The Hideous Conversion decks are really obnoxious. Probably just gonna get burned out here. The good news is, if they counter this, next turn I can unearth it, but like at that point we're going to 5 from this, which probably means we're too low. I'm actually not 100% sure that Lasgard's Vengeance actually needs to go. Immortal might have the tools to like make that be a fine card. I'm not 100% on that though. I definitely think Hideous Conversion needs to go. I wouldn't mind if the Spell Shield gem went the way of the dinosaur. I think it's the best it's ever been. So, how much Modern have you played? Whenever people tell me Modern's the best it's ever been, they're like, no, I didn't really play much back then. And it's just like, well, sorry, you actually missed when Modern was good. The golden age of Modern, in my opinion, was when Twin and Pod were both legal. That's, in my humble opinion, the golden age of Modern was when Twin and Pod were both legal. You can feel free to disagree because it's a very subjective opinion, but that's when I enjoyed Modern the most. Right after they got banned. Yep. So again, people that like, a lot of the people that really enjoyed Modern back when it was sweet, they've basically stopped playing. So like people that have the opinion that it's like great now, it's just like you literally just didn't play when it wasn't like it is now. So like you genuinely just don't know. Hey, not just Spell Pierce one time, just one time. We've gotten so railed in this match so far. Please don't do it to me. Don't do it to me, opponent. Don't do it to me, opponent. Don't do it to me, opponent. I'm really not a fan of banning the symptoms as opposed to banning the problem. Wizards of the Coast does that constantly in their Modern format. You like, instead of banning Grape Shot, they ban Seething Song, they ban Rite of Flame. Instead of banning Primeval Titan, they ban Summer Bloom. It's just like, get rid of the actual card that's a problem, because your problem cards are probably going to become problems again later when you introduce more cards to your card pool. God bless us, everyone. My body is ready to lose to double Lightning Bolt here. I just would like the record to reflect that we got to exploit with this Minister of Pain. Am I getting stifled? Did I speak too soon? I'm about to get the shit stifled out of me, aren't I? I'm about to get... Oh, God bless us, everyone. God, nope, yep, alright, sweet. Beep, beep, this Baleful Strix. Hop in my Baleful Strix, Jeep. Am I dead? Kill me. Kill me! This is my hand. My hand is mediocre. That's true. There is a Jedi Justice on this stream. No, I want to keep the Minister of Pain in my crypt, so that way, if my opponent plays a Young Pyromancer or another True-Name Nemesis, I can bring it back into play with this Unearth again. Hey, look, my opponent can't Price of Progress us anymore because they'll die. It's gonna be a big fish. Feels like a big fish. Would like to draw a red source. Would settle for a black source or a green source. This is Joe Lissette's deck. 3-drop. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I just have to take this Delver off the table. Yep. Yeah, that was a good time of Modern. That was my favorite Modern format. Alright, dead to removal. Your turn. Kill me! Are they just fetching to thin again? Good lord. Alright, that's good for us. Hey, Wallhall with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I do appreciate that. As always, subs are the best way you can support my content here. No longer dead to removal, but just really far behind. Opponent fetching to thin again. What? Thank you for the cheers, Jessica Charming. I don't believe that rep art is available on paper. Pretty sure it's not. Snapcaster Ponder, you say? Oh, this is wrong. Oh, this is so wrong. I should have cast the Snapcaster off of these two lands, because now if my opponent counters this, I'm dead to counter plus removal. This was very, very bad sequencing. They could have a Reb or a Pyroblast here. Okay, so I didn't get punished here, but for the record, my sequencing was incorrect there. Just, everything's above the board. No, you should not fetch lands. So the thinning on fetching one land out of your deck is very, very small. It's a very, very small gain. And the advantage that you get from holding extra lands in your hand and keeping a fetch land in your hand when you draw a card like a Brainstorm, or say you draw a Ponder and there's only one card you want off the Ponder, so you cast the Ponder, draw the one card you want, and then crack your fetch land to... and then crack your fetch land to shuffle the others away, is very, very valuable. Great, block here. Hopefully this True-Name resolves next turn. That's a great draw. That's a great draw. I can blast a Force of Will here with my Deathrite Shaman. This is my true name. My true name's amazing. This is my true name. My true name's amazing. Morning, Plaja. Morning, good morning to everyone. Hanging out playing some Legacy this morning with Joe Lissette's 4-color control deck. I choose you, Pikachu. We would like to hit a green source so I could start gaining some health with this Deathrite Shaman. Get out of the Bolchu range. These are my cards. Enjoy, opponent. It's another Delve threat. Pyromancer's pretty scary. We are only at 5 here. I think I'm just gonna push this at end of turn, right? I guess Pyromancer's not that scary because my Deathrite Shaman holds their tokens back for the most part. Yes, this is game 3. It's another... So I think I actually want to hold this land. No, that's not true. Is that true? I really don't want them to be able to end the game in a draw with a price of progress. Get back. Baleful Strix. You discard a card. Why is death rate at 2? 1, 2. Nobody knows. I'll take because Wizards of the Coast can't design a game for 100. Anyone? Bueller? It might be right to hold the blast up here, but like, again, I just want to get to this green source here so that way we can get out of like pop and bolt range. We have 1 card left. So, unless they find pop here, we should be at a pretty good spot. Birds of Lavamancing. What a great name. What a great name for this card. Birds of Lavamancing. Wait. Wait, what? Resolves. Alright, sure. Sure, yep. Good. Good sideboard card. Price of Progress won both the post-board games there. It didn't win them both for my opponent, but it won both the post-board games. Alrighty. Welcome to everyone. Thanks for hanging out here this morning. If you're enjoying what you see, please make sure you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, helps people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. Those both help support myself financially directly, so I can spend more time doing stuff like this and less time doing other things. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout there, you'll save 8% on your singles order with them. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com. We'd love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using promo code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, sleeves, binders. They really do it all. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artwork on their website. And finally, SpareDeck.com. They offer kind of a unique service. They will rent you any physical, standard, or modern deck. You can rent a deck for a weekend or up to an entire month with them. And using code Hoagland7, you can save 7% on your rentals there. At any rate, once more unto the breach, my children. We getting back in here for the second match. This hand is, it's like pretty reasonable. My opponent's gonna like cast a turn 1 preordain and I'm just gonna be very sad, but like outside of that, this hand is fine. Like if our opponent's playing Delver again, we good guy OP, closing the stream, wants to actually practice some Legacy. Cheers for the Scavenging Birds of Lavamancing. Thank you, Pinky Santas with the 100-point cheer. I appreciate the Twitch bits.
Yeah.
My cup explodeth over. Don't play Lotus. Oh, man. Oh, man. Am I dead? Am I dead? Feels like I'm dead. Feels like I'm dead. Gristlebrands. Smells like Teen Spirit. Alright, so punished for the land that I let on here. Spell Pierce is a great draw. Spell Pierce is a great draw. Let's take a moment to talk about main deck hate cards, shall we? Let's take a moment, talk about main deck hate cards. How they're great. More than good, they're great. Let's grab Metropical Island. Let's go ahead and exile this one. should know when you're going against one of your viewers, it's gonna be a meme. You have to have permission to use the artwork that you're getting made. Hex Hunter Macog. Alright, so Extra Force sounds great. Surgical Extraction sounds great. Diabolic Edict sounds great. Flusterstorm, Invasive Surgery sound great. Fatal Push sounds pretty terrible. Unearth probably not great. Pyroblast terrible. Bolt not very good. Kolaghan's command out. It mostly lines up. That might be okay. Oh, Hymn to Tourach's pretty terrible, right? I guess it's not bad. I can kind of control when I do it. Especially if I have like Deathrite out or Surgical in hand. This Bolt is probably better than this Kolaghan's command. Why? Because you, that's why. Yep, basically. Basically. My balls are also huge, so like, when you have huge testicles, you can Hymn to Tourach your Reanimator opponent. It'll be fine. If your stones aren't large, don't do it, though. It's fine, right? It's got a Force and it's got a Deathrite in it. Yes, Leovold is very good against Crystal Brand. You're not wrong. Is there a rock handle support group I can join? So, this means they likely don't have... They likely don't have a land, right? So I'm gonna lead on this. The old 2 for 2 here. Dude, I get it. That was a good draw. I was hoping for a blue source, but that'll do in a pinch. Pack. What do you want to do, Declan? Did you want to pick? I was unsure. Your motives are unclear. No, Leovold's just one of those cards that has too much text on it. Alright. Alright, you're gonna tell me to pick again in 30 seconds, but okay, I'll put this one on. Yeah, don't immediately tell me you don't want to watch it. Yeah, I get it, dude. Okay, I'm just gonna put a show on that I know you like. This is what you're getting. Be tilted. I'm tilted for you. Be tilted. Declan is so tilted right now, it's kind of unreal. Hey! Keep hitting the TV. Do it. This is just like... My opponent should turn the stream back on so they know the game is over. Is this good? What do we think? Is the jury out? How do we feel about this one? Watch the Care Bears. You love the Care Bears. Alright, one last stripe. Stop killing him! He's dead! He's dead! Show mercy! I'm very unlucky. You got Brainstorm locked. Very unlucky. Just the gosh darn unluckiest. Because I can snap Ponder next turn, technically. You're a brat. Okay, go pick the one you want. I guess I could have invasive the looting instead of forcing it. I was thinking. This card makes mana too, that's right. I forgot this card makes mana too. Forgot my Birds of Paradise made mana. Common mistake. It just has so much other text. I forgot that was one of its features. Surgical myself. Send a message. Surgical myself to shuffle against the Reanimator deck. Yeah, these are great, right? Just gonna crack this. I think this is fine. Oh, there's no reason to do this proactively, right? Let's do this. Start attacking. Look, like, a computer could, like, choose the game actions we take at random from this point, and we'd probably still win. Like, eh. What are we really doing here? A computer might not spell pierce this one, but I'm gonna spell pierce this one. A flurry of discard into reanimate is how we lose right now. So let's do this. I guess I could just surgical proactively, but like, let's just make sure nothing fishy happens. Opponent's had enough. God bless. Didn't you have to show him our last three? I'm sorry, opponent. If you're coming back to the stream, we drew all of our things. We drew all of our things. That computer choosing at random. Hate surgical so much now. Few leagues in with Reanimator, right? And like, honestly, I think that's a big part of the reason why Reanimator got pushed out too. It's not just Deathrite Shaman, but like surgical has more slots and sideboards now than it did previously. So like these blue decks, like my Delver deck has 3 surgicals in its board too. So like your worst matchup basically is unwinnable because they have 7 Force of Wills. On top of Deathrite Shaman, like you can't beat surgical, Deathrite, and forces. You just like there's just way too much going on. So 2-0 start with Joe Pyle. We 4-1 last time, I believe. Like I said, if you're looking to play a fair deck at Legacy and you're not interested in playing Grixis Delver, this is almost the same thing, but a little bit grindier. Like the same kind of 4-color mush, right? Just like these are all good Legacy cards. Instead of playing Delvers and Wastelands for free wins, we play Snapcaster Mages and Kolaghan's Command to grind. We need Misstep to be legal. God, I really don't want to play in a format with Misstep. Misstep is so miserable in Vintage. Ah, the classic 2-0 1-3 pair up. Hey, the real Mordrum, the real Mr. Mordrum with the Twitch Prime support, or the brand new $4.99 a month subscription. Thank you very much and welcome. Basic Island. Okay, so I was about to say I'm keeping this hand because Force of Will is probably good against someone who's 1-3, but Basic Island probably means they're playing Fair Magic, right? It's a little early to tell. They could be like Storm, right, and just drew their basic. Like 10 out of 10 blasting a Brainstorm here. I love countering cantrips. If you've never watched this stream before, countering cantrips is just like way up there on the list of things I like doing. Second basic island, Miracles or Sneak and Show. Just brainstorming here. I feel like Kolaghan's command isn't very good against Sneak and Show or Miracles, so I'm probably okay throwing that back. Huh. At least Fatal Pushes are certainly terrible, right? I think there's a good chance that these are terrible, regardless of what my opponent's playing off Basic Island, Basic Island. Correct this, get a Trop. Yes, Ponder. Snapcaster, Deathrite. Yeah, I'm okay with these, right? I'm gonna draw the Snapcaster in case I need to pitch something to a force next turn. We'll crack this fetch before we draw that 5th land, most likely. It could be high tide, you're not wrong. Look, speaking as someone who's 4-1'd a bunch of leagues with land nauseum recently, don't be a hater, okay? I think on the off chance that they're Sneak and Show, I'm gonna pass here with Snap Blast up. So I have Snap Blast plus a force. This is a predict. Okay, they are playing Miracles then. I'm gonna Snap Blast this. I think that's fine. It gets pressure on the table and it like counters their draw too. Because they pondered and didn't shuffle, so they know the top card of their deck. You could argue that I should hold the Snapcaster Mage to pitch to this Force next turn so I can get my Jace through, but... Yep, important resolves. This Jace is pretty important. Hopefully we rip a blue card so I could just like cast it with Force back up next turn. It's not a blue card. I'm gonna play this. Cast this Deathrite Shaman. I'm gonna cast this Deathrite Shaman off the Trop, actually. Better. I think predict means they're miracles. Predict important usually means they're miracles. Yeah, it's unfortunate for us. Thank you, opponent. I appreciate that. Opponent said to give us a freebie. I'll take it. 3-0. I'll take free fun money. Lord knows I've handed enough out. We've played plenty of memes that hand out free money. So thank you, opponent, if you come back and watch the stream. Appreciate the W. Opponent was 1-3, so how competitive leagues work is you can't cash if you don't get 3 wins. So even if my opponent won that match, they weren't going to get any prizes out of their league. I'm not sure why they played a couple of turns and then conceded, but it is what it is. Would I play High Tide? Probably not. I feel like High Tide's one of those decks that just, like, is bad enough that, like, it wouldn't be fun to watch or play. It doesn't do anything particularly explosive. Like, a lot of the decks that are, like, really terrible that we play on this stream, they at least have, like, fun turn 1 combo kills occasionally, and High Tide just doesn't even do that. Play. It's a little mediocre, but it's probably fine. It's got a Spell Pierce and a Leovold. The fact that this isn't a blue source kind of sucks. Yeah, High Tide just like sits there and durdles, right? Play this, pass the turn. These fair decks are not nearly as popular as... Man, we're almost at another emote. I didn't even fill the last emote in. Man, as someone who has an unhealthy obsession with countering cantrips, these spell pierces are just like... They're doing stuff for me. There's movement, let's just say that. As someone who has an unhealthy obsession with countering cantrips... I have not played this Ulti-Death Shadow deck, but that is definitely something I would do as a donation deck. I play mono U taking turns. 10 out of 10, definitely. Definitely would play mono blue taking turns. Alright, Brainstorm. Alright, we technically bricked here, but it doesn't feel too terrible. I get to put this back and put this back in case they have a discard spell. I get to play Badlands and pass with Blast / push up. Second Volk could mean Sneak and Show. Could also mean Storm. If it's Sneak and Show, I feel a little bit bad about having Burn to Blast on a cantrip, but if it's Storm, they're not going to have a better target for this. See if they have a Daze or a Force for this guy. They have Daze or Force. The way this pause makes me think it could just be Storm and they're brainstorming in response, right? Because they can't brainstorm once this is out. They could also be Sneak and Show and have a counter spell. Storm usually plays 2 Volks, right? And like they haven't had any selection to like find another land, but yeah, I think it's definitely more likely. Yeah, 10 out of 10 Sneak and Show. There's a Force pitching a Brainstorm. Tomb, show and tell, idiot. Please don't combo me. Please don't combo me. Please don't combo me. Please don't. Why did I say it? Why did the words come out of my mouth, chat? Why did I say tomb, show and tell, idiot? Why would I say those words? Why would I even put that idea into my opponent's head? I'm just a big dumb stupid. Just the why do I say things? Why do I do it? Why do I do it? All right, so in sideboarding, Flusterstorm, Invasive Surgery, Annul, Force of Will, Red Blast, Diabolic Edicts. Let's cut these Fatal Pushes. Let's cut these Kolaghan's commands. Actually, I'm going to leave the K commands in. Sometimes they have, what's it called? I cut these true names. Cut this bolt. What else am I cutting? Jace is probably a little slow. Sometimes they have, what's the word I'm searching for? Defense grid in their deck. Is this a surgical matchup? It's probably not a surgical matchup. Him's great in this matchup. Him is fine. Surgical's probably better than this on Earth. So we're adding in, what, 6, 7 counter spells, plus this, plus some edicts, so we're getting a lot of interaction here. Joe Pile is the kind of legacy deck Dave Hydro saying. Like, to be fair, it's not any more or less descriptive than like Check Pile, right? Like, Check Pile doesn't tell me anything about it. At least like Joe Pile tells me that someone named Joe probably built the deck. No. You want Vroomies?
How?
So we have a forest, we have a turn 2 Leovold. That seems fine. And Robocar? Okay, good. Good, let's show you actually watch. Joe calls it Super Pile. Do. 4-color Reanimator. I mean, that's an accurate description, at the very least. I'm gonna get a basic island here, just on the off chance my opponent Blood Moons us. I feel like that's a card they can play post board. Fight me. Put your dukes up. Gonna get Spell Pierce to be real sad. Hopefully this is just a Brainstorm. This is just a Brainstorm. Kinda out of gas if this Leovold doesn't resolve. I still have 4 cards. So I guess this Kolaghan's command rebuys Leo. Sneakacho often doesn't play Days. Grim Lavamancer. Alrighty. That's a scary one. Tubes, just shut up, Demir Spy. I didn't say it on purpose. I'm learning. I intentionally didn't say something like that. Alright, so let's return this. Shock this. Is another reason to leave K commands in my deck. Kill Grim Lavamancers as they sometimes have post board. God bless us, everyone. Your turn, opponent. I'm gonna hold this Brainstorm in case I need to go for a Force of Will. No, I don't think so. Yeah, if they have a sneak attack here. Three shots at a force. Hey, Crazy Ship with the 4-month 3 subscription. Thank you, and welcome back. A third of a year. I appreciate the continued support. Yep, body is ready to die. Good morning, Jeff and Hooligans. What is your opinion on the Teamer Breach deck? I was thinking about building it. Do you have any card suggestions? No, don't really have an educated or informed opinion on the deck. Seems like another deck that's trying to lock people out of the game or linear people out of the game. Sounds like a modern deck. Probably fine. So now we just like hope to not get Emmercold. Put this Leovold into play and hope to not get Emmercold. Like, you're wrong. You're not wrong. It's definitely not memeing. What do these cards do? I guess Snapcaster Mage technically kills my opponent, and like that's what we need to do at this point, right? It's like kill my opponent. They can't cantrip anyways. Your turn, opponent. I don't have Wastelands to draw to, so I can't Wasteland them off this Volk. Alright, that's a good start. Hemming them doesn't really do anything. Oh, we could have hemmed them this turn. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Because, like, we didn't know they don't have Emrakul. Like, we could have potentially taken away their last 2 cards. We're really lucky, though, when they don't have Emrakul, so... You're right, I should have pondered first, because then we could have taken their 2 cards away. Now I don't need to take their 2 cards away, right? Just gonna reb this. Because their cantrips don't do anything anyways. Him mattered last turn. Last turn, him definitely mattered. Because it, they didn't have mana to activate this, and they could have had Emrakul as one of the 2 cards in their hand. So, I agree that my sequencing was sloppy. Although I guess, like, then they would have had cantrips turned on, so, like, I don't know, it's close. Yeah, but, like, we didn't know they didn't have a fatty. It's basically what it comes down to. They're all rebs, okay? They're all rebs. Opponent chose to shuffle. God bless. God bless us, everyone. And actually, this is a good draw. And the reason why this is a good draw is now we are above... We're above 15, and we have more than 6 permanents in play. So that means that even if our opponent Emrakul's us, we can keep some permanents around to potentially finish the game off. They could have a Gristlebrand here, right? This feels like a Gristlebrand, right? So I can beat the Emrakul anyways. I'm not going to attack my Leovold into a Gristlebrand here. I'm just going to go ahead and attack with this Snapcaster Mage. Alright, they don't have it. So I don't want to attack, since I have lethal with these anyways, I don't want to attack in my Leovold into a Gristlebrand and, like, unlock their cantrips. Third game. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I want a third K command. Part of me kind of wants a third K command. Nah, 2 edicts and a K command's probably... I guess K command's probably, like, Strix is not stellar, right? Let's do this. I like K command again because they showed us Grim Lavamancer and they probably have defense grid, so, like, and just, like, making them discard a card is fine. Been partaking in your YouTube vids for a while now, and good to catch you live. Big fan of your content. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Final Nub. I appreciate that. I'm glad you've been enjoying the YouTube stuff. This game's okay. It's, like, not super exciting, but it's fine. It's got Pierce Force. Surgical's, like, not really a card in this matchup. Alright, we have Edict to take care of that. Not the worst. Annul. Send me up. Target artifact or enchantment spell. Sure. So we'll have 3 counter spells up this turn. Kinda. I'm gonna wait on this Ponder, because I think I want to Edict this at their end of turn if they don't give us something to fight over. Look, Joe's playing 2 Annul in his sideboard, so I'm playing 2 Annul. That's all I'm saying. I'm just playing the cards that Joe Lissette told me to play. If they counter this, we probably just let their counter resolve. Sweet, that happened. That's good for us. Land, land, land! I don't think I'm hemming this turn. I don't think I'm hemming this turn. Perfect. Huh. Do I want to take the land drop? Or do I want to... Or do I want to take the Pyroblast? This is like the big turning point, right? So this is definitely going on the bottom. Do I want to take the Delta or do I want to take the Pyroblast? Part of me wants to take... I think I want to take the Pyroblast. I think taking the Blast is more conservative. Because, like, then I have this for Sneak and Show, I have this for Show and Tell, and then I have a Force of Will as well. Pierce is mostly dead at this point, right? Like, they have one more land and they can play through a Pierce. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Pyroblast. We're definitely not shuffling. The question is just which of these cards do I want to draw this turn? Now I get to draw this, and I get to sing them a song. I'm gonna grab a basic Swamp here, just in case they Blood Moon us. This also counters Blood Moon, which is worth noting. Yeah, I agree with that back now. I think we're just pitching that to Force of Will. 10 out of 10 blasting a Brainstorm here. Blasting a counterspell too. They could hardcast Force here, right? They have 5 mana. Are you well? People send me money to play real decks occasionally. It's weird. It's really strange. Oh, because I'm dumb. Because I'm dumb. I wasn't thinking. We just said in Twitch. We just said in chat that Pierce was for doing other stuff, and then I just spaced. How do we feel about surgicaling the Show and Tell? By that I mean let's snap him to Tourach first, and then see what's up. I think I'm gonna surgical their Show and Tells during their draw step here. Especially because, like, I have this Annul in my hand. So, like, if I take their Show and Tells out of their deck, I have, like, a hard counter for their next sneak attack. And, like, hopefully the Snapcaster could just go the distance. Either just during their draw step to give them a chance to take away their... They have an Omniscience, sure. Right, they are pretty dead, right? We've got some Omniscience. They do have Blood Moons in their deck. Okay, so it's worth noting. So if we get a fetch land, we're gonna want to grab a basic island, just so we can keep playing Magic through a Blood Moon. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. They are 3 mana off of hardcasting Omniscience. I'm gonna hold this in case we draw Brainstorm. Although I guess I could hardcast Force if I play that. I'm just gonna hold it. I feel like I'm not gonna need hardcast Force anytime soon, right? I guess I probably would have forced that. Yeah, maybe I should have played the Badlands. I probably would have forced this Brainstorm if I had the option to. The Pierce is alive. They've tried to hardcast it, right? Make sure your client's updated. They posted like 5 minutes ago that the servers are back online. I'm gonna go Leo, Trop, Strix, Shuffle, no. So I can play this Strix and then play the Trop. Then we can play Leo next turn. Hitting my opponent down to 13 here is really relevant because it means my opponent can only draw once with the Gristlebrand if they somehow get it into play. Then Intuition. Yep. God, this is so loose. They saw I have Surgical in my deck. I guess they just like don't have anything else going on though, right? Just a normal client update. There's a list of fixes on the main site. So I'm winning this game. So I kind of don't want Magic Online to mess it up. But part of me really wants... It says, choose a card. The chosen card will be put into their hand. The other cards... What if I click on this Spell Pierce? Wait. What? Why is it offering to let me Spell Pierce this? Is that... What? This is resolving currently. Why can I Spell Pierce this? What happens if I force the Intuition right now? What happens to the sneak attacks? Alright, I feel like for science, I'm obligated to do this. Alright, are they gonna get a sneak attack now? Is that what's happening? So I'm forcing this, but now their Intuition is gonna resolve and my force is on the stack? All right, if we lose the game because of that, I feel like it's okay and our league will be free, but I feel like I had to do that for science, right? I feel like for scientific purposes, I needed to force that because I was presented with the option to force it. Correct. If I do it and we lose my league, they'll refund my league. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I'll get my 120 play points back. Like, they could, like, Spell Pierce me now and we could lose, but, like, you know, I felt like, for the sake of science, like, Magic Online was offering me something, and I had to take it, right? Like, what was going on? I'm doing a service for the Magic community, really. Oh god, they have the Spell Pierce, too? They have the spell pierce. What perfect, how perfect is this? Is your last card Emrakul or Gristlebrand? Of course your last card's a monster, right? Just a cantrip. Come on, shuffle. Come on, shuffle. You want wings? Okay. Daddy's dying to Magic Online. Enjoy your wings. Chose not to shuffle, so I assume we're dead. Oh. I have to block here because I'm at 15. Alright, we died because Magic Online is hot garbage. I'd have to trade my board for that. No, I'm at 15 because the Force of Will cost us a health. I don't. That's not how magic works, chat. Yes, and then I lose my entire board. And then I lose my entire board because that's how magic works. Wood said it would be up about noon PST, so about 4 hours from now. He has to build it when he gets back to the office journey. Because I don't have a board left, because we're not going to win the game. We're not going to win the game. Correct, we're not dead that turn, but we're not winning the game. That's what you don't understand. That's what chat doesn't understand. I get it. We're not dead, but we're not winning the game. We force of willed the Magic Online let us force of will the intuition while the intuition was resolving. So it was a play we shouldn't have been able to make. My cards shouldn't have been available to me to cast at the point in which I cast them. And someone else that likes countering cantrips? God bless the opponent. I love countering cantrips too. You want more water? Water's empty. I'll get you some more water. Good asking, bud. Watch them try and deny me comp on that bug. So not playing the land punished you how many times? Yeah, a couple. Right? Like I could have been able to force the Brainstorm. I mean, like, it all just like didn't matter, right? Because like if I don't force the intuition like that, then like we just like kill them, right? Because like they're gonna get to do that and we're gonna get to counter their thing. And then they're mostly running an empty because we have a Leovold on top of our deck. That's not a bug in my favor. It let me cast a spell during an illegal window. And then the spell didn't do anything. Yeah, I think I'm okay with all these, right? I don't think I want him to Tourach them next turn. I probably want to stick the True-Name. But I think I'm okay drawing all of these cards. What they get with this? Better Skull, probably. Yep. Need Underground Sea here. Cast this True-Name. To be fair, Ephro, if I had an extra land to stack to the Emrakul, like, I'd still only have a Snapcaster Mage in play, and my opponent was at 8, so, like, I'd have a chance, but we wouldn't be a lock, right? Like, they could redraw in however many turns. Force of Will is kind of a beating. Baleful Strix in their Stoneforge deck. Interesting. Interesting. Batterskull. Next turn we'll probably go Ponder, take 2 of your cards away. And then stick Jace the following turn and bounce the Germ. If we hit a land next turn, we'll him before we ponder. If we don't hit a land, we'll ponder before we him. Yeah, definitely. We would have been in a better spot to win. I agree. Missed a land. It's pretty good for us. Alright, now if I hit a land, I might just unsummon this. Yep. Because they missed a land drop, I'm just going to get my Jace down while they getting as good. I guess they could force this, potentially. Okay, that's a reason to not do this. Feels bad. Feels really bad. I think that's right there to take that window. They probably have the card Counterspell in their deck. They've already shown us Spell Pierce. They get 2 more looks at a land to get out from under this lock. And now this Batterskull is like kind of tempoing us. Like my him might not be live. It's not live at this point really, because they only have 1 card left in their hand. So I guess we're hoping to ponder into a Kolaghan's Command here. I guess prioritizing the fact that my him to Tourach could be shortly dead. God, they have a Deathrite Shaman too. The beating, we're going to 9 from this attack. Oh, they have a Delve threat. God, we're super fucking dead. So got really punished for the sequencing I ended up taking this game. Alright, Kolaghan's Command can maybe get us back into this, but I actually don't have a card that kills this, right? I guess Baleful Strix technically counts. Am I keeping that? I'm probably just keeping Baleful Strixes, right? I'm gonna draw the Strix that's on top of my deck. And then we'll ponder after that, looking for Kolaghan's Command again. Bolt, True-Name. I guess True-Name's pretty good, right? And Bolt lets me deal with the... Alright. Alright, so you're saying there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance, opponent. Snapping off this trade on the Tassiger. Don't daze me. I think I'm supposed to play around Spell Pierce and not daze here. Although I guess I die if they have a daze. It's true. Actual, factual fucking counterspell for the turn. We're exactly dead. That's really unfortunate. Okay, I get to bring in this. I get to cut these forces. Edict's probably fine. They have Tassiger in their deck. I guess they have Baleful Strix. This probably isn't great. Minister of Pain, they probably have True-Name in their deck. This is probably supposed to be my deck. I guess this kills Baleful Strixes too. Morning Burn Pit. Let's try this. Let's try this. I don't think I want to bring in both ministers until I see True-Name. Yeah, ended up not battering. It's fine. Ponder on one. Think for some more land. And snap Ponder to find some action later. Got some blasts and some pushes here. Opponent used every part of the Buffalo there to barely beat us. Really thought we were going to claw back into that one too. Felt like we were coming back and just got savaged. Okay, I'm gonna save that for next turn. Get one card deeper with it, because we really want to hit a land with this, and I have other things to do with my mana this turn anyways. Good chance this gets plowed. We're gonna get like back to basics here. I feel like that's a card they could reasonably play. Yep. Punish for not pulling the trigger on Brainstorm. Welcome to Legacy. Enjoy your stay. Welcome to Thunderdome. Alright, at least this league's free. And by free, I mean we lost 7 chests and 60 play points to that bug, so 7 chests, 7 times 2.4 plus 60, so we lost $22 and we'll get $12 back, so we lost $10 because of Magic Online. Good software. Alright, well,